Our speaker this morning was hired right out of high school as an on-air radio personality for KYLZ, New Mexico's #1 hip-hop radio station. Shortly thereafter, he won an award as the #1 DJ in the United States and launched his own entertainment company. Disney Cruise Line hired him to train DJs from around the world, and Monster.com picked him up to speak to the students throughout the United States. Matt launched a magazine that went on to become #1 in 6 countries. And last year he published a best-selling book called 13 Reasons Why Not, a guide teaching others how to prevent suicide. Matt's passion is speaking, motivating, and inspiring others. He is most proud of his wife, 2 kids, and the baby on the way. So please join me in giving Matt Mizell a warm Bobcat welcome.
Yo. Hey, you don't know me and I don't know you, but here's what the truth is. I'm thankful for you. I am super thankful for each person in this room. Turn to somebody next to you and say, "You are awesome." Turn to the person to the other side and say, "You're awesomer." Thank you, Principal, for the introduction. My name is Matt Mizell. It's not Mizell, it's not Missile, it's not measles, it's not muzzles, it's not the measles like the disease, it's Mizell. And I'll be honest with you, people butcher my name all the time. I remember right after I graduated from high school, I heard a commercial on the radio station, and they're like, "Would you like to be a DJ on the radio station?" And I was like, well, that's kind of cool. I've never done that before. And so I filled out a little resume and an application. I sent it off to the radio station. And a couple days later, they actually called me back. I was like, holy cow, the radio station called me back. And so they said, "We want to bring you in for an interview to have you possibly come and work as a personality on a radio station." I was like, that's so exciting! I'm so excited. So they said, come like a week later. And so I got up that morning, got breakfast, got dressed. I was like super nervous. My heart's beating super fast. I show up to where the radio station is, like, "I'm here for an interview." I was all excited. And the receptionist is like, she's like, "Just turn down this aisle, go down that way, turn left, and you'll see a big window. That's the room. Go in there. People are waiting for you. They'll just wave you in." I was like, okay. So I go down there, go down, turn a left, and then there's a window, but she didn't say that this is the actual radio studio. And I look at the door. There's a light above the door that says "on air," and it was glowing. And I'm like, holy cow. The people in the studio, they're on air right now. And I'm looking through the glass, and they're waving me in. So I open up the door, and they're like, "Matt!" I was like, "Are you on the air?" They're like, "Yeah, we're live to 55,000 people." I was like, I don't know if you know this, but like, there's not even 55,000 people that live in the entire town of Bloomfield. You could add Farmington into that. There's still not 55,000 people that live here. And so we're live, 55,000 people. They're like, "Take a seat." I was like, okay, I'll wait. I'll just wait for you to be off the air, for the light to turn off. And they're like, no. We're gonna interview you live on the air. I'm like, oh my gosh. I am not ready for that. I sit down, they hand me some headphones, they push a microphone in front of me, and they're like, "All right, we're gonna drill you with a bunch of questions." And I was like, I didn't know this was gonna happen. And so the guy sitting across from me, he's like, "All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Wild 106. Thank you for tuning in. We have one of our candidates live on the air right now. His name is," and he reads off my application, my resume, and he butchers my name, "Matt Mizell." I'm like, no, that is not how you say my name. 55,000 people are listening. He butchers my name. And I'm like, no, that's not how you say Mizell or Mizell. It's pronounced Mizell, it's not Mizell. And he's like, no. He said, "Matt, your radio name is gonna be Mizell." I'm like, I hate you. They wound up giving me the job. I go later on, I'm hanging out with a couple of my friends, and I'm kind of embarrassed and I'm kind of ashamed because that's not my name. Like, I'm proud of my name of Mizell, but that's not what he said on live radio for 55,000 people. So I go see my friends, and I'm hoping that maybe perhaps they didn't hear me on the radio. They didn't hear butchering my last name. So I go up to see my friends, and they're like, "Hey, what's up? Mizell!" I'm like, oh great, my friends, they're all gonna call me Mizell. I go see a couple other friends later that day. I walk up to them, and I'm like, "Hey guys," they're like, "Hey, what's up? Mizell! I'm like, oh, come on. I go home later that day. I'm living with my parents still. I open up the front door. My mom's across the hallway, and she looks at me, and I look at her. We lock eyes. She's like, hi, sweetie, how are you? I was like, I'm good, Mom. How are you? She's like, I'm fine. Mizell! I was like, even my mom is going to call me Mizell. Everybody butchers my last name. And that was years ago, right after I graduated from high school. And I kid you not, still to this day, people still call me Mizell. They butcher my last name. Even now, years later, that title, that nickname has stuck. Here's the question that I have for you this morning. Has somebody perhaps given you a nickname or a title or a label? Maybe they've butchered your name, but maybe they've said something about you that perhaps isn't even true about you. They've said something about you that has somehow, in some way, stuck. And maybe for you, it's not a flattering nickname. Maybe it's a nickname, but maybe it's something like you're fat, you're ugly, you're stupid, you're an idiot, you're a moron, you're a slut. Sorry. And perhaps somebody assigned a label to you. It's not even true. And yet, for days, perhaps weeks, perhaps months, perhaps even years, it's stuck. I want to be a voice of truth to you this morning. That no matter what other people happen to say about you or labels that they assign to you, that doesn't mean that's who you have to be. That doesn't mean that's who you are. Sometimes the labels, the identities that other people give to us are not exactly accurate. I'm curious, does anybody here like Starburst or Skittles? Yeah, okay. I brought some Starburst and Skittles. More specifically, I want to give, I don't even know if it's legal to give out candy in schools anymore. Is that even legal? I don't even know. So does anybody here, by chance, does anybody know how to beatbox? Like boom, jigga boom, boom, jigga boom, boom, boom. I don't know how to beatbox. I see people pointing to other people. I love how people volunteer others. Hey, this guy knows how to beatbox. So I have a bag of Skittles over here, and I'm willing to give them up for somebody that's willing to come and beatbox for me. Oh, look at you. First volunteer. I like it. I like the enthusiasm. Whoop, whoop. What up, homie? What is your name?
Mike Phillips.
Mike Phillips.
Michael.
Michael Phillips.
There's a lot of people know me Michael with a B.
Michael with a B?
Yeah. A lot of people call me that.
I didn't do good in English class, but last time I spelled Michael, I didn't spell it with a B. Michael. All right. Michael with a B. Michael with a B. You know how to beatbox, and you're willing to do so for a bag of Skittles, yeah?
Yeah.
All right. Lay us a fat beat. Yeah. All right, good. Now repeat after me, Michael. Ready? 1. Oh, I know that was hard. Let's do it again. 2. Okay, you're prepared. Are you ready? All right, hang here for a second. Now I need the rest of you to participate as well. We're gonna play a little game kind of like rock, paper, scissors. I need you all to stand up. Just go ahead and stand up where you're at. Whatever you're holding, put down. Put down. Find a partner around you can play rock, paper, scissors with. All right. Are we on air? Hi, Mom.
Hi, Papa.
Michael with the B in the house.
I don't have it, Dad.
All right, you got somebody to play rock, paper, scissors with? All right, now I tricked you because we're not playing rock, paper, scissors. Some of you are like, drat. People don't use drat enough. They should say drat more often. All right, so we're gonna play a game that's a little similar to rock, paper, scissors. It's called a Gorilla Man Gun. Anybody ever played Gorilla Man Gun before? Yeah? Okay. Here's how you play. You get to choose, kind of like rock, paper, scissors, you get to choose which you want to be, the gorilla or the man or the gun. Here's how you do it. The gorilla is this. Everybody be a gorilla. All right, you a gorilla? Good? Yeah? All right, here's the man. You gotta have the goatee or the beard. Got it? Okay. Gorilla, man, and then the gun is like a water gun. Like the super soaker. So you get to pick gorilla, man, gun, and that's your choice. So whoever your partner is, go back to back with them. Back to back. Like this, like me and Michael with the B. Yeah. Yeah.
Sweet, bruh.
Sweet.
Bra. Nice.
You say bra? Bra? Sweet, bra. Michael with a B. I want to be Matt with a B. Matt with a B.
Maddie B.
Maddie B, I like it.
But that already exists.
Can you be like my PR guy? That'd be helpful to me.
Maybe.
All right, back to back. So here's how it goes. I'm going to count to three. Michael with a B and I are going to count to three. I'm going to say one.
Two.
No. We already practiced this, Michael. With a B.
Sorry.
One, two,
two.
and then we're going to both say 1, 2, 3, and then you turn around and you pick either a gorilla or a man or a gun, right? So here's how it works. Here's the rules. The gorilla beats the man beats the gun beats the gorilla, and if you tie, you're both out. Let's practice it. Michael with a B. You want to practice it?
Sure.
All right, lay us a fat beat. Here we go. Oh, yeah. Huh. Gorilla beats the man beats the gun beats the gorilla. If you tie, you die. Gorilla beats the man beats the gun beats the gorilla. If you tie, you die. Give me 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Turn around. Gorilla or man or gun. The gorilla beats the man beats the gun beats the gorilla. If you tie, you're both out. But that was a practice round.
It's cool.
Everybody stand back up. Levante de otra vez. I like the jacket. Practice round. I forgot to say this, Michael with a B.
Yeah.
That whoever wins this whole thing is going to win some Starburst. So I'm just saying, there's something in it for you if you happen to win. All right, we ready? All right, this one's for all the Skittles in the rainbow.
Sweet.
Here we go. Michael with a B. Hit us again. Here we go. Gorilla beats the man beats the gun beats the gorilla. If you tie, you die. Gorilla beats the man beats the gun beats the gorilla. If you tie, you die. Give me 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Turn around. Gorilla beats the man beats the gun beats the gorilla. If you tie, you're both out. All right, if you tied, you're both out. Find a new partner if you're still in. Ooh. Okay. We got a couple people left here.
A few stragglers remain.
A few stragglers. I concur, Michael with the B. All right, we'll see how we do. Here we go. Let's do another one. Gorilla beats the man beats the gun beats the gorilla. If you tie, you die. Gorilla beats the man beats the gun beats the gorilla. If you tie, you die. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Turn around. Oh man, so many ties. Is anybody still in? Anybody still in? Couple people? If you're still in, come up. If you're still in, come up on stage. Come up on stage. If you're still in.
Come on.
Woo! And then there was 7, 8, 12. They keep coming. All right, find a partner up on stage.
Sweet.
Find a partner on stage. You guys, you good? All right, come on down this way. We got to even it out up here on the stage. Come on down this way. All right, do we have an odd number out? Are you?
It's okay, we're high
2,
schoolers, we have
4,
trouble with
6,
lines.
8. No, we have that exact. You guys are together, right? Not like together, but like together, right? I mean, you could be together if you want. I mean, whatever.
We don't judge.
No? All right, what's your name and what grade are you in?
I'm Katie and I'm in 11th grade.
Katie in 11th grade, ladies and gentlemen. You have 15 fans. All right. Name and grade.
I'm Shushu and I'm a freshman.
Ooh, freshman. Where are all the freshmen, by the way? Let me hear you. They're all right there. All your people are right there. Where are all the sophomores? Are they supposed to be seated in different sections like that? Is that like by
Yeah,
design?
that's how they call
okay.
this out.
Eeny, meeny, one of you is juniors. Where are my juniors? Class of 2019, are you here? Energy, confidence, love it. Name, grade.
I'm Riley, 10th grade.
10th grade. I like how they're in sections. That helps me. All right, name and grade.
Josiah in 11th grade.
Josiah, 11th grade. Name and grade.
I'm Romeo from 11th grade.
Romeo, 11th grade. And you got people up there in the freshman center that love you. Yeah. Name and grade.
I'm Elisa Tantio, and I'm a sophomore.
Sophomore represent. You. Name and grade.
Gareth Thresh, I'm a freshman.
Name and grade. What, you don't know your name? Okay. No name. What grade? Sophomore? Sophomore. All right. Name and grade.
10th grade.
10th grade. Woo. Last but not least, I like your hair. Name and grade.
Devontae, 11th grade.
Oh, look at the passion. Passion. All right. Pair up. Back to back. Back to back. Here we go. If you all tie, Michael with a B gets your candy.
Aw, yeah.
And if not, we'll see how it goes. All right. Here's with another beat. Here we go. Gorilla beats the man beats the gun beats the gorilla. If you tie, you die. Gorilla beats the man beats the gun beats the gorilla. If you tie, you die. Give me 1,
1,
2,
2.
1, 2, 3. Gorilla beats the man beats the gun beats the gorilla. If you tie, you're both out. Take a seat, you're both out. Are you all out? I was gonna say, dude, Michael beat. Is it the 4 of you? Oh! Is it worth mentioning that there's no ladies on stage right now? I don't know. All right, you guys ready? You guys ready? If you both tie, you're all out. Michael with the B gets your candy. If there's only one winner, one of you might tie and one of you might win, and that person will win. I got Starburst, and you get to pick. You get to pick Starburst or Skittles if you want.
Sweet.
Or you get their candy if they both tie.
I'll
All right,
take
here we go. I'm so nervous about this. I don't know who's gonna win.
Yo.
Okay, let's do it. Here we
It's
go.
anybody's bet.
It is. Here we go. Gorilla beats the man beats the gun beats the gorilla. If you tie, you die. Gorilla beats the man beats the gun beats the gorilla. If you tie, you die. Give me 1,
1,
2,
2.
1, 2, 3. Gorilla beats the man beats the gun Did you win? Yeah! Stay there, my friend. Stay there.
We got the champ in the house.
You get 2 packs of Starburst, 1 for you and 1 to give away. Perhaps to that girl that was on stage with you. I don't know.
Yeah.
Just saying. Round of applause for our volunteers and Michael with a B, Skittles and Starburst as well, my friend. Give a round of applause for Michael with a B. I'll take the mic from you. I'll do that. Bro, awesome. Michael with a B. Awesome. I like the energy, especially class of 2019. Now notice in the game, based on the rules, I didn't tell you you have to pick the gorilla or the man or the gun. It's your choice. You choose. You choose what you're going to be. You choose what you're going to be about. And sometimes when people slap you with labels, they say you are this, you are that. They give you this term, they give you this label. Sometimes that doesn't resonate with you, and you're like, that's not who I want to be. But you don't have to be who other people say you have to be. I'm not telling you who you have to be. You get to pick who you are going to be. You get to pick what you are going to be about. I'm not here to tell you who to be in your life, but I'm going to throw out a term for your consideration. You get to choose what you're going to be about, who you're going to be in life, but I just want to throw out an option for you as you consider, as you try to weigh through life and what you're going to be about. Here's the option I would throw out at you. The option I would throw out at you for maybe a label that you would assign for yourself is this: leader. I would ask you to at least consider, to choose to be or become a leader. Now here's the problem with throwing out that term of a leader. The problem with that is that it's a very confusing word. In fact, in my opinion, it's one of the most confusing words in the entire English language. When I was hired in the radio station, they gave me the job at Wild 106, and every morning, Mizell in the radio station, and live in the morning, 5 to 10 in the morning. I started DJing, like DJing after that. And a couple of years after I started on the radio station, I happened to win this award as the #1 DJ in the United States. I don't even know what I was doing right, but apparently I was doing things that were right. And so I got this award. All these organizations throughout the country started calling me. One of those organizations was Disney Cruise Line. They said, Matt, would you be willing to come out and be a DJ for us on a cruise ship, but also train DJs from around the world? I'm like, heck yeah. You're gonna pay me to train people how to like, that's awesome. So they flew me out to Orlando, they put me up on a ship, and for about a year and a half, I worked on a cruise line training DJs from Brazil and Portugal and China, all over the world. Well, the way the cruise ships work is that they get a bunch of people that get on them, and then they stop around, like in the Bahamas and the Caribbean, all these different islands. Well, one of the places this particular cruise stopped was an island called Cozumel in Mexico. Anybody ever been to Mexico before? A couple of you? Okay, at least 20 of you, good. See, wait, whatever. Anyway, so the ship ports one day. One of my first times, in fact, it was the first time with Disney Cruise Line that we had ever ported in Cozumel since I was working on the ship. And I get off the ship and I'm looking around, and if you don't know where Cozumel, where it is, it's an island off the coast of Mexico, down south. And like if you were to drive super south from here, you'd hit Juarez, and then if you keep going south, you'd hit water. But if you keep going past the water, there's Cancun. Off the coast of Cancun is an island called Cozumel. So we port at this island of Cozumel, and I get off and I'm looking around, and it's all these resorts and all these restaurants, right where all the cruise ships come in. And then on the other side of the island, when you go around, it's like kind of the ghetto. Like it goes from resorts and nice restaurants to like houses made out of like cinder block, and some of them are made out of cardboard and like, you know, tin metal on the roofs with dogs on top barking and stuff. And so it goes from like a lot to a little in poverty right around the island. So anyway, I get off the ship and I'm looking around, I'm like, wow, first time in Mexico. And the first thought that crossed my mind was this: where can I buy a churro? Because I love churro. Has anybody ever had a churro before? Yes. Now, honestly check, anybody never had a churro before? You've never, maybe you have a gluten intolerance or something, or a churro intolerance, I don't know. If you don't know what a churro is what I would describe it as a long pastry with sugar and cinnamon. It's like manna from heaven. Like I love churros. Side note, over at Sam's Club in Farmington, if you go there, you don't even need a Sam's membership. You can just go in and be like, I want a churro, and they'll give you a foot-long churro for $1. Well worth $1. Anyway, I'm standing in Cozumel, and I'm like, I love me some churros. I would eat churros. If there was one thing, if I was stranded on an island, one food item to eat for the rest of my life, probably gonna be a churro. Anyway, so I'm in Mexico. I want an authentic Mexican churro. I'm in Mexico, I want me a churro. So I go up to a restaurant, I'm like, excuse me, ladies and gentlemen, or whoever you are working, do you by chance sell churros at your establishment? And they're like, no, they laughed. They're like, no, we don't sell churros. I'm like, huh, I'm in Mexico and you don't sell churros. Huh, stupid. Anyway, so I go to the next restaurant. Excuse me, do you by chance sell churros? They laugh at me, they're like, no, we don't sell churros. I'm like, what the heck? I'm out for two, so I go to the next one. Do you sell churros? No, we don't sell churros. I go restaurant to restaurant. I go all the way down Resort Row. Churros, do you sell churros? Do you have churros? Can I buy a churro? And everyone's like, sorry, we don't have any churros. I'm like, I'm in Mexico. I could go to Sam's Club in Farmington, New Mexico and get a churro, and I'm in Mexico and I can't get a churro? So I see this guy walking around, he's not wearing like floral shirts like all the other tourists, and so he looks like a guy that lives locally. And so I go up to him and I'm like, excuse me, sir, do you know where I can buy a churro in Cozumel? And his response to me was this, he's like, no hablo inglés. I'm like, okay. And then I resort back to like high school Spanish class. Anybody in Spanish class? Do you have Spanish class here? Okay, so maybe you can empathize with me, because I'm trying to filter through all the phrases and like, how do I say stuff? Like, ¿Dónde está el baño? What does that mean? Yeah, sí. ¿Dónde está el gato? Yeah, sí. ¿Dónde está el perro? Sí. Yo quiero Taco Bell. Those are the phrases that I know. And so I stand to this guy and I'm like, okay, how do I ask him where a churro is? And so I'm like, señor, ¿dónde está un churro? And he looks at me, he's like, señor, ¿quieres un churro? Sí, me gusta los churros. Señor, ¿sí quieres los churros? Sí, me encanta. Yo quiero los churros. ¿Dónde está churros? He says, Señor, ven aquí. which means follow me. So I start following him. And we go past this restaurant, past this restaurant, past this. Then we get into the ghetto. And now I'm going down this back alley, and then down this back alley, and then down this. I'm like, oh my gosh, nobody on the cruise line knows where I'm at right now. It's just me and this dude, and we're pursuing churros in Mexico. And we come over here, and I kid you not, we come to this wooden small building, size of an outhouse, maybe a porta potty. And it's made out of all wood. And I'm looking at this, and the guy comes up, and it's got a door in the front, and it's got a door hatch, like a little window hatch on it. And the guy comes up, and I'm like, amigo, that does not look like a health sanitary location for a churros. Like, is this a churro shop? Or like, are you for real? It's like a locked up wooden box. And he knocks, and I kid you not, somebody's inside the box. They open up the little window. He's like, hola. and my buddy, he looks at the guy inside, and he's like Rosetta Stone off the hook, like he's in Spanish. I'm like, I don't know what you're saying, but he's super, super fast. And the only thing I caught was churro, churro, churro. And the guy inside looks at me. He's like, Señor, ¿quieres un churro? Sí, me gusta churro. ¿Dónde está churro? He's like, Señor, ¿quieres un churro? Sí. Sí, why is this so difficult? So I'm like, sí. So me gusta, me encanta, yo quiero, I desire a churro. He's like, está bien, un minuto. He reaches down, he pulls up this dilapidated looking churro. It's like, it looks stale, it's got no sugar on it, it's got no cinnamon on it. And I'm looking at that, I'm like, no me gusta. That's not what I'm thinking maybe I'm not communicating, like I'm looking for a long pastry with sugar. So I'm trying to think, how do I say that? I'm like, Señor, me gusta longo pastel con azúcar, like churro. Like long pastry with sugar. At which point my buddy looks at me, he's like, oh, señor, ¿quieres un churro? And I'm like, okay, is there a difference between churro and churro? He's like, sí, amigo. Churro es longo pastel con azúcar. Muy bueno. Churro es marihuana. And the guy inside, he's like, sí, churro es weed, amigo. Apparently, churro in Mexico means joint. Like, it means a blunt. I was asking every restaurant, hey, do you have weed? No? Okay. Hey, do you got marijuana? You don't have... Hey, you got weed? No? Okay. I'll find it somewhere. Finally, I found it. If you're ever in Mexico, I would strongly encourage you to ask for the churro. If you go to Sam's Club, you can just ask for the churro because they'll still give you a long pastry of sugar, so you'll be okay. Point being, sometimes words that we use are perceived and heard in different ways, and the term leader is one of the most misunderstood words in the entire English language. The term leader is misunderstood because when I say that, you automatically in your mind, you have a perception as far as what that term means, what that actually means. But here's the question I have for you. I'm going to say somebody's name, and you give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Do you think this person is a leader or not a leader? So participate with me for the sake of fun. Is this person a leader? Thumbs up or thumbs down? Martin Luther King. Thumbs up or thumbs down? Okay. All right, so you're pretty much all in agreement. All right, what about this? Thumbs up or thumbs down? Is this person a leader? Adolf Hitler. But so he's a good leader, but he's a bad person. I mean, he was murdering millions of people, but he was effective as a leader. See, obviously, what I just threw in was a monkey wrench into discussion of what he's a leader, but he's a bad person. It creates confusion. When I say be a leader, but then you can be all sorts of different types of people and still be classified as a leader, it becomes confusing. So let me clarify what I'm asking you to consider. I'm asking you to consider, because nobody can assign you labels, and that doesn't mean you have to be that person. You get to choose who you're going to be. I'm just asking you to consider being a leader. So here's the kind of leader that I'm talking about. I'm talking about becoming a great leader. I'm talking about becoming a phenomenal leader. Here's how I'd classify it. A leader who is worth following. That's what I'm asking you to be. Somebody who is worth following. Somebody who has earned that. Somebody who has deserved that. Now the question that you should be asking yourself right now is, okay, Matt, I'm down with that, but how? How do I do that? two ways, two steps to becoming a great leader, a phenomenal leader, a leader who's worth following. First is this: you have to identify your strengths, which is customized to who you are. What are your strengths? What are you good at? What are you talented at? I believe that every single person in this room has something that you are gifted at, something that you are good at. I've spoken at literally hundreds of high schools, and I've spoken to tens of thousands of students, and so many students come up to me and they're like, Matt, I'm not good at anything. Hogwash. That's a fun word. Let's say it together. 1, 2, 3. Hogwash. Use it today somewhere. Drop it in a conversation. I believe every single person in this room, you have natural talents, abilities, you have things that you are good at that perhaps other people aren't good at. And I hear all the time from students, I'm not good at anything. Maybe perhaps you just haven't found it yet. You haven't discovered it yet. That's the beauty of high school. The beauty of being in high school is that for freshmen, you've got 3.5 more years to figure out and identify things that you're good at, strengths that you have. Seniors, 6 months-ish, right? Before you graduate and fly, little birdie, goodbye. So you have a little bit of time still to figure it out. But that's the beauty of high school, is that high school, Bloomfield High School, gives you the opportunity to try different things that you perhaps might be good at. Let me ask this: what kind of sports exist at this particular school? Chess? Didn't know that was a sport. What? Cheer. Okay, what else? Marching band. What else? Soccer, I heard. What else? Basketball, football, baseball, volleyball, underwater basket weaving? Softball. I love how you guys have the whole team sitting next to each other. Softball, softball. All sorts of different things. All sorts of extracurricular activities. Chess club, Senate. I don't know what you have. Here's the thing. In high school, you could try all sorts of different things to figure out, what am I good at? What am I naturally talented at? Maybe it's not this, maybe it's that, maybe it's not that, maybe it's this. You can figure out trying different things. That's the beauty of this school, is that it provides so many opportunities for you to discover who you are. That's the first step in determining or becoming a great leader who is worth following. Define and discover what your strengths are. Here's the second step: just determining what your passions are. Your passions are different from your strengths. Here's what your passions are. Passions are what you love to do. What lights you up in the morning. You're like, I can't wait to get up in the morning because I'm going to do blank. What would that be? For every person, that's different. I remember coming down the stairs on Christmas morning. I was so excited to get out of bed so I could open up some presents. That kind of passion. Hello? Are we in a submarine right now? Like, what is that? I remember coming down the stairs on Christmas, and I was so excited to open up gifts, and that kind of passion. I was so excited to wake up in the morning. There's different things that you and I will explore and discover in our lives that we are so excited to do. And so we need to discover our strengths and discover our passions. Now, sometimes our strengths are not our passions, and sometimes our passions are not our strengths. For example, when I started DJing and when I started DJing, turns out I had a strength in that. And so as I started traveling around and DJing in different states and different countries, as I started being able to do that, I was like, man, I'm playing other people's music all the time as a DJ. What if I tap into my passion of making music? Instead of just playing everybody else's music, what if I make my own? So I went and I bought myself like this beautiful wooden like Fender guitar, and I started strumming it. I suck at playing guitar. I'm not good at it. In fact, a couple years ago, I sold my guitar because I was like, I can't play guitar. Like, I'm not naturally talented. I have a passion for music. Does anybody have a passion for music like me? Yeah? Side note, my favorite song of all time, by a guy named Juanes, La Camisa Negra. Look it up, Google it, best song ever. Anyway, yes, you know it? Whoa! It's like first time ever somebody's known that song. Anyway, so I have a passion for music. Turns out, I don't have a strength in creating music. So sometimes our passions are not automatically our strengths. Sometimes our strengths are not our passions. I'll give you another example. One of my strengths in life is administrative type of work. It's like, what I mean by that is like making schedules and plans and stuff. In fact, I'm already making plans in 2020. So like I schedule far ahead. But here's the thing, is like with Excel documents and all that stuff, I'm good at it. It's a strength, but I loathe it. I hate it. In fact, even though I'm good at it, I've hired somebody to work for me that's my administrative assistant, and she is like a full-time person. All she does is make phone calls for me and schedules meetings and stuff for me because I cannot stand it. I'm good at it, but it's definitely not a passion. Sometimes our strengths are not our passions. Sometimes our passions are not our strengths. But there are some things there are some things that overlap. And what I would define as your sweet spot. It's when your strengths and your passions create this X. At the center of that X, that's your sweet spot. When the intersection of what you're good at and what you love to do, if you can find that, friends, that is the definition of success. See, a lot of people will say success, what success actually is. They'll say, you're successful when you have a big house, when you have a beautiful car, when you have a lot of zeros in your bank account. I got one big zero in my bank account. But people will say, you're successful when you have a lot of stuff, when you've acquired a lot of things. And I say, no. That's not the right definition of success. Success is when you determine and discover about yourself things that you are naturally gifted at, things that you love to do at the intersection of strengths and passions, and then you take those things and you bless other people. You benefit other people with those things. That is the true definition of success. And that definition is different for every single person in this room. The definition of success, where your strengths and your passions intersect to take those things and be a contributor to mankind, to our community, to our society. And here's why. When you are taking things that you are naturally gifted at, things that you love to do, and you use that to be a blessing to other people, you use that to impact other people, to serve other people, to be selfless with other people, all of a sudden you're providing value to those people, which means, by definition, you are valuable. Your life has worth. Here's a tragedy. Here's how people get off track with this whole idea. The tragedy is when other people look at somebody who is in their definition of success and says, I wish I had that person's strengths. I wish I had that person's passions. I wish I was that person. And they're not looking in the mirror. They're not looking and saying, hey, what am I good at? What am I passionate about? They're just saying, I'm envious of that person. And what happens, especially with social media today, you pull out Instagram, you're looking at people's Insta stories, you're like, wow, that's cool. I'm envious of this person's life. I'm envious of what they have. I'm envious of who they are. You post a picture on Instagram and you watch. Okay, I'm gonna count for 11 minutes and see how many likes I get, and if I don't get enough likes, or if I don't get 150 likes in 11 minutes, I'm gonna delete the photo. Why? Because you're comparing yourself to other people's lives and their pictures and how many likes that they're getting. Friends, please stop. Stop comparing yourself to other people. Comparison is not going to bring you satisfaction. Comparison is not going to bring you, make you a better person of yourself. Former President of the United States, Teddy Roosevelt, he once said this. He said, comparison is the thief of joy. When you compare yourself to other people, you are robbing yourself from joy that you would experience if you were just yourself. What we need is not more carbon copies and more clones of other people in this world. What we need is more of you. This world needs you. And oftentimes this idea gets planted into our minds of, oh, I'm not as good as this person, or I'm not like that person. You have talents, you have abilities, you have passions. Stop comparing yourself to other people because you're robbing yourself from the joy that you would experience in life if you were just to be yourself. And friends, this is why so many people, this is why so many of you right now have scars on your arms. You have fresh wounds on the inside of your thighs because you don't want people to know that you're causing damage to yourself. It's this idea of comparison that oftentimes leads people to dark thoughts and thoughts of thinking, well, maybe my life is not worth anything. Maybe my life is not valuable. And statistically, in this room, there are many of you, right now, considering taking your life. I genuinely believe that every person in this room, you have value. Your life has worth. I genuinely believe that you have something to contribute to make this world a better place. You are not worthless. You are not somebody that has no value in this school, this community, this town. Your life matters. If you damage yourself, if you take your own life, you are even robbing other people from experiencing the blessing that you would be to them. And this is This is personal to me because I was a junior in high school. And a girl broke up with me, and I was rattled with that. I'm like, oh, she doesn't value me, she doesn't like me, she doesn't love me. So I went to my bedroom and I got out a .22 rifle and I put it in my mouth. And I started to pull the trigger. And I remember pulling the trigger, and I remember thinking, at what point will the gun go off? With the barrel in my mouth, and by the grace of God, it didn't fire. Because had it gone off, there's so many moments of joy that I've experienced since that day in my junior year of high school. Working in a radio station and loving it, working in the Bahamas, getting paid for it, finding my wife, have a kid that's due in 4 weeks from now. All these moments of joy to come. And I would have missed out on all that had the rifle gone off. And I can't tell you what your future is. All I know is that there's moments of joy when you discover who you are based on your strengths and your passions. You are going to be a contributor to society. And I just want to tell you, if you have dark thoughts, if you've been harming yourself, if you've been cutting yourself, if you are suicidal, friends, tomorrow needs you. Tomorrow wants you. And sometimes we believe this lie. Tomorrow's better off without me. And that's not true. You have strengths, you have passions. Find the intersection of where those things meet. That is your sweet spot. That is what success is for you, to serve and bless other people. So perhaps you're tracking with me this morning and you're like, okay, well, I want to do that. How do I do that? Here's how you do it. At some point today, or in the near future, here's what I would challenge you to do. Get yourself a piece of paper, fold it in half. You got a line down the middle, open it back up. There's a line in the middle. And on one side, write strengths. And then sit there for about 5 or 10 minutes and write down all the things that you're good at. Everything, just rapid fire. I'm going to write down everything that I'm good at. And then on the other side, write passions. And write down everything that you love to do, everything that lights you up, everything that's exciting to you. Write all those different things down. And here's the part that makes it a little bit more difficult. I want you to take that sheet of paper, and I want you to go to 5 people who know you well. This could be mom, dad, brother, sister, boyfriend, girlfriend, nana, grandpa, I don't know, whoever knows you well. And I want you to say, okay, here's my strengths, and read them all off, and ask them the question, what am I missing? Because perhaps they see something in you that you don't even see in yourself. They see potential in you that you haven't even identified on your own. Whether you agree with it or not, write down everything that they say, every strength that they say. Just write it down, just shut up and write. And then do the same process for the passion side. Go to 5 people that you know, same 5 people, and ask them, okay, here's the passions I've listed. What do you see in me? What else am I missing? And whether you agree or not, write everything that they say. Now you got a list of strengths and passions as determined by you and the 5 people who are closest to you. And here's what I want you to do with that next. I want you to look at those 2 lists. And I want you to identify which items are on both sides. If there's something that's on both sides, that's a strength and a passion, draw a line connecting those things. Draw a line, wherever the lines are. And if you don't have lines connecting them, it's okay. Forget about those other things. But for the things that are connected, that's your sweet spot. You're identifying what you're able to contribute to this world, what has made you up to be valuable to other people. So find those things, connect those dots, and here's what I want you to do. I want you to take that piece of paper, and I want you to go talk to one of your counselors here at Bloomfield High School. I want you to give it to your guidance counselor and say, hey, based on your knowledge and your experience, here's my sweet spot, here's what I'm good at, here's my strengths and my passions, as determined by me and other people who know me well. What careers are there that allow me to do these things? What majors in colleges can I pursue that allow me to do these things? What things in life can I pursue based on my strengths and my passions? And then whatever they say, just write all those things down. They're trained, they're equipped, they have experience to help you do that. And when you do that, here's what happens. In fact, just dream with me for a second. Let's fast forward 5 years in the future. Your alarm clock goes off, but you are already awake. Why? Because you're so excited to get up. You wake up, get dressed, you eat some breakfast, you brush your teeth, you're so excited, and then you get in your car and you drive to a place where you get to do what you love to do. You were dreaming about it the night before because you love it so much, and then you get there and you're good at whatever it is. You've identified a passion that's also a strength. You've found a way that you can contribute to other people, and imagine this, you get paid for it. You get a paycheck to do what you love to do and what you're really good at, and you are being a blessing to other people, and you get money for doing that. That is an exciting life. That is a life that when you wake up in the morning, you are like, I love getting to do what I get to do. I can't wait to get up and do more of the things that I'm so passionate about doing. That is a life that is not only a blessing to who you are, but a blessing to other people. Friends, your life has value. And I say all that because I'm living that dream. I almost took my life. I almost pushed the trigger. But standing here, I said in the very first line coming out here, I'm so thankful for you. You don't know me, and I don't know you. But I'm thankful for you because I'm doing what I just told you should do. This is awesome for me, to come here and speak with a bunch of high school students, to inspire and motivate you. I love getting to do this. And I want you to experience whatever that looks like in your life. I don't know what that is, but I would challenge you. Whatever people have said about you, whatever labels they've stuck on you, that doesn't mean that you have to be that kind of person, that type of person. That label doesn't have to stick. You get to pick. You get to decide who you're going to be and what you're going to be about. I'm just throwing out, hey, maybe be a leader, not just any leader, but a phenomenal leader, a leader who is worth following. That's the kind of leader I'm challenging you to be. How do you be that? You find your strengths, you find your passions, you find your sweet spot right in the middle. You do that and bless people. You take your list of 5 things or 5 people, ask them, what are my strengths, what are my passions? You identify those things that cross them, that they're crossing for that sweet spot. You give that list to your counselor, say, what can I do for this? And then once you've identified that, you pursue that over and over and over. And friends, you will love your life, and you will be a blessing to other people. You are beautiful. You are creative. You are worthy. You are valuable. And friends, tomorrow needs you. So thank you for being here, because you're a part of my story. And I'm thankful for you. Have a great Thanksgiving. We'll see you around. Come on, Cass, let's give it up for Matt Mizell. Let's go. Give it up.